Hey everyone, so welcome to my messy desk. I thought before I go straight into the process of journaling, I thought I'd show you this bit because I think it's really important to sort of like give some context. So I am going to be journaling today in my junk journal, and I thought I would just show you the craziness that is my desk as I prepare to journal onto the page. Now, I have a growing collection of pieces of ephemera. I feel that things like ledger paper, like unique things, is harder to collect than, say, something that you can scan yourself if it's for a personal project, or pages from like an old book or whatever, you know, like, because you can just pick these up from the charity shop. So things like unique, like numbers off the ledger paper. I think these must have been hand stamped, but yeah. So those things that are harder to collect, or take longer to collect, I should say, that collection has to sort of like build up slowly unless you do swaps. So in my Dream Crate journal group, we often do those kind of swaps to build up our own collection. But otherwise I have, so down there on the floor, I have another tray full of, so all you can see at the minute is stickers, but I just stick in here sort of like A5, A4 and bigger sheets of paper. So it's just totally random at the minute. It's not properly sorted out. And then in this one, I have offcuts and things. So as you would have seen in another video, I cut out these, and I have these vintage trays, office trays, that I'm storing them in. My storage space is generally quite good because obviously you can just see there I've got the drawers where I store different art supplies, box up there with books. For smaller things I have these little shelves here. I have my old very heavy duty set of drawers where I keep stickers and tools, and things like that. So but I really need somewhere to store these, but for the moment, before winter kicks in at least, or autumn, much damper weather, I'm just storing them there for now. And then I have this tray. Now I need to have, I say tray, bowl, I need to get some storage for ephemera. So I've got a lot of these are from my friend Ali of Crafty Ali, and she does collaboration with oh, my mind has gone blank. She does collaboration where it's Crafty Bonbons, so it collaborates with Bonbons Kawaii, and they make a stationery or crafty subscription box. I say subscription, you don't subscribe to it, you just buy it each month. So that's those. Got some vintage style ephemera there. So before I do a video, I go through my ephemera and I pick out the things that I have a feel for. So today I really need some space to journal on, so I'm picking out one of these cards. That's it, Bonbons Kawaii. Sorry, I have to go back to it. Debbie of Bonbons Kawaii. Sorry, I'm completely scatterbrained today. Right, so some more vintage, but at the bottom here I've been keeping, if I pull it all out, cut out words. So in a box, so like cut out words from magazines. So in the box down there, in that I have my cut out pieces from magazines, like bigger pieces, which I might pull out a little bit later on if I want to use any of those for my page. But I really want to sort of have a vintage sort of feel to it today. I'm really feeling that vintage florally vibe for some reason. So I have my cup of tea ready, my junk journal ready here, and I want to document the weekend just gone, where my dear friend Laura came over to visit. It was such a good weekend. We just sort of chilled and went for a walk in the woods. It's just such a nice time. It really sort of, I really needed it, and just look at that beautiful face. It was just so nice to spend time with a friend in my world, and in my environment. So yeah, without further ado, I'm just going to pop you onto the stand. Okay, so right, it took me a while to find pages that I really wanted. I kept switching and changing. Hang on a second. It is quite like when you find a blank page. Hang on. Right, yeah. When you find a blank page and you've got like all these pieces of ephemera, it can be a bit overwhelming. So you do have to just sort of have a little bit of a play around. Now, oh God, this could take me ages, so I might have to speed some of it up. But I do faff around a lot of pieces to make sure they're all in places that I really like. So anyway, I chose these pages, picked out a piece of paper that, like collage papers, like from my own art, and it's like backing paper. So when you're doing artwork, you have a backing piece to catch all the paints and things. I have actually included this as a download in a previous post. Excuse me, I'm just going to have some of my tea. Oh, right. Okay, this helps. Things like this help because if you don't want to be pulling out any of your paints, or you feel that you can't paint onto the paper or use any kind of wet medium, then these things do help. So it gives you some sort of base, you know. Now I'm not really sure whereabouts I'm going to do it, but I've also pulled out this, which I used in the previous video when I was swatching out some colours. And these two, all of these are gouache, and these are like the metallic ones. I'm really excited to do a swatch out video on them. Now, when it comes to the photos, I really want to share all of them, but I might have to do one as a tip-in. So I'm just going to play a little bit of music and interject with some voiceover or talking, and just see how we go. And like obviously junk journaling is all about using pieces of like scrap pieces of paper and things, and you've just got to start. You can't be sort of fussy about it. You've literally just got to start gluing things down. It gets to a point where you're like, you can only faff around so much, you know. And you want to use, like, it is about using all these elements so that you have. That is beautiful. That goes so well. I know you can't really see it very well, but that goes so nicely. okay, so I think I'm done there. Let's have a look. Yeah, let's see if I can just zoom in a little bit. There you go. Right, yeah, so definitely, oh god, I love it. I'm definitely done there now. I mean, sometimes with these things you go back to the page and you might want to add a little bit more, or you find a piece of washi or ephemera and you think, oh, that'd be really good for this page. So I will be writing on here. I might even get something to, like a piece of acetate or something, not acetate, vellum, do I want to say, and then write on top of that and stick it on there. I'm not too sure yet. So I mean, all I need to do is just make little notes of the day. I put under cover of the rain because when we walk through this forest, or wood, it feels like a forest, but it's actually woodland. We were actually under cover of the rain because it tipped it down, and the moment we got through there it started thundering as well, which was quite funny. So yeah, we had so many good memories there. And obviously I've left some space here to be able to write fully, and then just make some little notes here. This is relevant as well on with like the topics that we were talking about, so I might just make a little note there about that. And then obviously I've covered completely that piece of art. I know it's there, so that's fine, but you do have to just stick something down with the knowledge that you might end up sticking over it. But it's that point of just get started, you know, just put something on the page. So yeah, obviously I had a piece of this, it's like tissue paper, and it's obviously relevant to the pines in the woodland, so I had that stuck down there. And memories, I thought that was just appropriate, and again, this is relevant to what we were talking about as well, and also this live your life well, and I really thought, like, really wanted to add a bit of this this like crochet sort of ribbon, because it just looks really, really nice, and like it just blends together with everything else. It just goes really, really well. I wasn't going to have too many tip-ins in this, but I think, you know, obviously given the nature of it's a junk journal, I'm going to have a ton of tip-ins, aren't I? So yeah, I added this bit as a tip-in. Yeah, and I'm really, really happy with this piece. Really happy. All that's left now is just to document in here, and then obviously, like with it being a junk journal, every now and then I'm going to be, if I have like a piece that I really like and I want to stick in here, I might just do that. So I'll go back to the pages. It's not going to be in any kind of order by date or anything like that, by no means. So yeah, so it's just really, really good to actually get started and to actually have a page in here that has been completed. I really need to find my date stamp though. I can't find it. I had it somewhere, but it's got to be in here. If I don't find it, I'm going to have to pick another one up because I really need it for this junk journal. So I really hope you enjoyed the process. Join me again for another video coming up. I will be working in my other journals. If you haven't already seen it, I have I'm just going to grab it, my Wonder Journal. This journal is to document wonders, lots and lots and lots of different things. So it's in this. Let me see. I know I've zoomed you in, so I need to zoom you out a little. So yeah, this is like, I just document my pieces of art in here, serendipitous events. There is a video up about it. So we will be working through this as well. So I love that page so much. Yeah, so join me for another video, a journaling video, and more content coming up. I am working behind the scenes really, really hard to try and pull together all this content for you. I have all these ideas that I'm working on. So yeah, so make sure you check back and see what else I upload. Okay, with all that said, until next time, take care.